for as long as I could remember. My childhood started off with the struggles. It was very tough to decide on which way was right and which way was wrong. I ended up drowning myself and numbing myself in drugs. So a lot of unhealthy behaviors followed. Luckily, I had a child with somebody who was very understanding and loved his son just as much as I did. I was able to let my son go live with his father. And when that happened, I met my abuser. I ended up letting him mentally, psychologically, physically abuse me. I think I gave up. I really did. I gave up. I no longer cared of my dreams. I no longer had hope. I even lost my faith in God. Around the end of this hell on earth that I called it, I kept having this thought of, I have to survive, I want to survive. One incident, he ended up throwing me through a glass-plated sliding door of the RV. So, therefore, I ran. God was with me then, because a police officer drove right by. He kept telling me he had to take me to the emergency room because my whole face was bloody, and I didn't even know my leg was broke. I did know that I was done with the drugs and that I survived for something. I just wanted to live again. And that's when I went to live at the Ada Carey shelter. And then I met Silver, who to me in so many ways is like a guardian angel.
When I met Christina at the Ada Carey Center for Mission Granbury, she was angry, and she was hurt, and she was scared. And it took a few weeks for her to open up and to talk to me and to build the trust. And each time she talked about that she had lost her faith and needed to find it. She talked about her goals, that she wanted to be self-sufficient, and she didn't know how to do that.
She helped me more than just get back on my feet. She gave me back my hope. Silver was really the face of that hope. It was something I could see, I could touch, I could feel, I could hear, I could hug.
We were invited to tour the Forward Training Center. So I went back to the shelter and I met with Christina. And again, her faith and needing to find it and needing to look for a job were at the base of what she needed. So I asked her if she would be interested. We called Laurie because it was the first day, and Laurie said, "Can you bring her over right now?"
And I was told instantly to come up and fill out the application right away.
We drove to the Forward Training Center. We met Laurie. Laurie gave Christina a hug. She was a little hesitant because it was kind of the first stranger she'd seen. We went into the conference room. Christina was terrified.
Christina really had a hard time with the hug and making eye contact. Silver was right next to her, and in that time I knew that Silver needed to stay there and that you were struggling so with being there and what this was all about.
I promised her I wouldn't leave her side. I would sit beside her while we filled out the application. She was shaking the entire time she filled it out. But she got through it, and Laurie invited her to come back the next day for the next class.
Miss Laurie was the sweetest woman. She was so sweet. She hugged me like she knew me forever. I don't even think I really had the application filled out all the way, and she told me I was accepted already. It made me feel accomplished. Made me feel really, really good that I had something to look forward to. I was very, very excited about it.
So the morning that she was supposed to come for the next class, she said, "Miss Silver, do I really have to go?" She was extremely nervous, but she was excited. And she went. She was really scared. A few hours later, she came back from that class, and she gave me a hug. Sorry. And she told me that she felt at home in that class, and that she was glad that I recommended that class for her.
I love you.
I love you too.
The second week of Forward Training Center, we all had name tags in front of us, and I saw one for Miss Becky. And from the moment she sat down, her smile is the biggest smile ever. And she just made me feel really welcomed.
I think that she and I had a pretty good connection from the start. We walked through some tough times. I just think that we prayed each other through. I mean, I prayed with
Yes.
Christina and for Christina a lot during this process. With Christina, it's been extremely special. She was so willing to improve herself.
And I do believe that her faith in God is what helped me to discover that He is still there for me. I could not have faith or hope in myself unless I had hope and faith in Him again. The whole time He was actually walking beside me. And in this class for Jobs for Life, it started off with knowing how to present yourself, knowing how to word your words, and the courage to have the confidence to know that you either fit for that job or you know what you're doing in that job.
Because of her strides that she was making, she already had a job. Jobs for Life was donated a car. Everybody agreed that Christina deserved to be given this car. So she was totally blessed, and we were all blessed by that experience.
And I thank you so much for everything you've done. I really have.
Well, we just love each other.
Ever since I left Ada Carey and graduated from Jobs for Life, I have done nothing but continue to go uphill. It has been 4 months that I have maintained a job. I've gotten my own place. I have my son regularly. I go to Celebrate Recovery. And I'm also still involved in the rehab that I used to be at. I do believe that without Jobs for Life and Forward Training Center and everybody that was involved, including my mentor, especially my mentor, that I'd still be struggling. I don't believe that I would have reached half the goals that I have. I am showered with more blessings than I ever asked for. I came to realize that the fire burning inside me was a lot stronger than the fire burning around me.